In the exotic world of opera, Samuel Ramey is today's most in-demand basso.
I sang. I can remember, I always sang. I used to drive people crazy at my summer jobs working construction because I sang all the time.
Samuel Ramey still sings all of the time, but now it's in the greatest opera houses in the world. And he has made a specialty of portraying the devil, as in this San Francisco opera production of Mephistopheles.
Usually the low voice that are the bad guys, and the composers of the time felt that the low quality had a more malevolent sound to it, I guess. I've always felt that the bad guys have far more fun.
These dramatic scenes are a long way from the quiet streets of Colby, Kansas, population 6,000, where Ramey grew up and where his mother still lives.
My family appreciated music and encouraged me in my studies for music, and I always wished that my mother had made me take piano lessons, which she never really forced me to do. But of course, exposure to things like opera and symphony was, I didn't know anything about this, about these type of things, so it was, you know, a very simple life.
Ramey thought that he would have a career as a music teacher. A suggestion from his college voice teacher that he buy some recordings of the great Italian basso Ezio Pinza changed his mind.
So I went out and bought a recording of Ezio Pinza singing arias. Something about, I don't know whether it was his voice or something, but just struck something in me, and I began listening to opera, going to the library and checking out recordings and listening, and that really is what piqued my interest in opera. It was just from listening. I'd still never seen an opera.
Alla gloria militare, che viva la vittoria, alla gloria militare, alla gloria militare.
Ramey finally did see an opera when he was in his 20s, and it was enough to convince him to make his way to New York.
And he came into this very room and sang a few arias for me, and my reaction was that it was a good voice. But I wouldn't actually say it was a great voice, but it had a nice, pleasant sound to it. I knew that he needed projection.
Armin Boyajian has been Ramey's coach for the past 20 years. Ramey's voice quickly developed, but there was still his extreme shyness to contend with.
He's a rather laid-back person, even when you know him now. He's just a wonderful person, but he's not that type that you think that he's going to be a live wire when he gets on the stage.
But on stage, Ramey was electric. He made his New York debut with the New York City Opera in 1973, and critics acclaimed his excellent voice and stylish acting.
I became a different person when I was, quote, on stage. I don't know, something else. There's something in me that comes out when I'm on stage that is not normally there in real life.
2 stage left, please. Mr. Cook, Mr. Ramey.
Here Samuel Ramey is being transformed into Philip II for the opening night of Verdi's Don Carlo in Chicago. Ramey has had a long association with the Chicago Lyric Opera, which has created many new productions with him in mind.
ma che sei matto, ma che sei matto, ma che sei matto, ma che sei matto, 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 matto.
This past season also included a new production of Don Giovanni at the Metropolitan Opera, directed by Franco Zeffirelli.
Ma che sei matto, ma che sei matto, fu per burlare, fu per burlare, fu per burlare, fu per burlare.
At 48, Ramey is at the height of his career, and he thinks the future looks good for younger American singers.
I think we're in good shape. I think in America we have the best teachers, and all the big opera companies here in America have these excellent young artist programs. I think it's giving young singers opportunities that certainly didn't exist when I was their age. So I think that we're producing really the best singers in the world now.
One of the world's greatest. We're proud of you, buddy.
Went to see you in Chicago.
His friends and neighbors in Colby, Kansas have always felt that Samuel Ramey was the best.
Chloe, you're looking great. It's good to see you. And
On a trip back home, he went to the local museum which was paying him tribute.
Where was this one taken? Do you know where that one was taken, Mom?
The one with the cowboy hat?
Yeah.
I think that was taken up where we live now. I know it was.
This aria is sung by the devil, and I'm sure that many people who knew me when I was a little kid growing up here in Colby can understand why I like to play the devil.
N'ouvre ta porte, ma belle, que là-bas.
It was a very eerie feeling, really. I mean, here I was singing on this stage in the old community building, where I used to go to when I was 14, 15 years old. I used to go to I used to be a subscriber to this same concert series, that I was appearing on.
And racked with pain, tote that badge, lift that veil, get a little drunk, and your lands in jail.
How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming. I appreciate it.
Hi, Betty.
Nice to see you.
It's nice to see you. Did I get Phil's autograph too?
Ron, I kept looking at you. I thought that was you. How are you? It's always, I think, a nice compliment for me when they say, "Well, you haven't really changed." I don't know what they expect, but they said you're still the same old Sam.